Since the year 2000, more than 350 books have been published explaining in detail the falsification of theism, Christianity in particular. This has never happened before, ever. My name is David Madison, the 28th of December 2019. I am an ex-clergy atheist, and I have collected these titles into what I call the Cure for Christianity Library, in homage to Mark Twain's famous comment that the best cure for Christianity is reading the Bible. Now there are many more books to help with that. Just type Cure for Christianity Library into Google. I have found lots of devastating quotes in these books, hence this series of flash podcasts, Cure for Christianity Knockout Quotes. This is quote number 4. James A. Hout, in his book Religion is Dying, Soaring Secularism in America and the West, wrote the following, quote, "Horrible occurrences such as the Indian Ocean tsunami that drowned 100,000 children prove clearly that the universe is not administered by an all-loving, invisible Father. No compassionate creator would devise killer earthquakes and hurricanes, or breast cancer for women and leukemia for children," unquote. Yes, 80 to 100,000 infants and toddlers were drowned, crushed in the 2004 tsunami. If you yourself had the power to save even one kid from drowning, wouldn't you do it? Where was God that day? What possible excuse can be offered for his failure to save all those kids? Christianity has forever positioned God positively. He's got the whole world in his hands. His eye is on the sparrow. The Lord is my shepherd. And God is all-powerful too. So why aren't we better off? British actor Stephen Fry was once asked what he would say to God if he got the chance. Fry said he would ask God, "Cancer in children, what's that all about?" This is the problem of natural evil. Awful, horrible suffering when God is supposed to have set things up correctly and to be on duty. Then there's the problem of human evil. On the 10th of June 1944, as German soldiers were retreating from France, they massacred 650 villagers in a small town called Oradour-sur-Glane. They locked the men in barns and burned down the barns. They shot 400 women and children in the church. Think about that. The place where people go because God will be aware of their presence and prayers. Wouldn't that have been a great time, a good time, for an all-powerful God to have come up with one of his miracles? In December 2012, a gunman killed 20 kids and their teachers at the Sandy Hook School in Connecticut. How come God didn't arrange for the gunman to have a flat tire and hit a tree on the way to the school? Was that too much for God to do? Just a few days later, a devout Christian woman explained it. God must have wanted more angels. The gunman had used bullets that explode when they hit their targets. Those kids were literally torn to shreds. What a way for God to get more angels. Are Christians just out of their minds when they say such things? In an article I wrote a few years ago, I identified this huge Christian failing, the easy acceptance of the very terrible. Oh, that? We don't let that bother us too much. Why? Because of their huge emotional attachment to God. Their minds are damaged by the God virus. Some evangelicals have suggested that hurricanes and tornadoes are God's punishment for gay marriage. Well, then you end up with a remarkably evil God, or at least one with anger management issues. John Hout's statement is indeed a knockout quote. 100,000 drowned kids is a pretty clear sign that there is no caring God in charge.